EMP are Europe's largest mail order company for rock and metal, and they asked you to send in some questions to put to Zakk Wylde, and I'm here to put them to the man himself. This one was sent in from Kiara in London, who said, what's the craziest or weirdest thing that's happened to you during Aussie's touring with Ozzy?
All these years, I mean, it's definitely a lot of stories. Yeah, well, definitely weird would be odd when we were all drinking. Actually, it's a sad day when you got 4 guys sitting in the tour bus and we're all having with a little cup sharing one beer. That was not a very enjoyable experience, but it was a sad day in rock and roll when it comes down to that. But yeah, I mean, Black Label not having any beer on the bus back in the day, that's a pretty sad experience. That's definitely not normal.
We've got this crazy idea of packing a load of Black Label merch, sending it out to the kids. So we wondered if we could get you to sign the label on there.
Yeah, sure.
Right, then put a bigger pen there.
That's a big chain.
Oh yes. Well, you know, depends on what side I'm wearing myself to balance out the spine. The barman just said, "Sweetheart, you need to get a smaller chain."
Well, Marcus has written in from Germany, and he said, did you teach yourself guitar, or did you have a teacher?
No, I actually had, I took guitar lessons for like 2 years with this guy Leroy, right? Which is great, because, you know, I mean, they could show you, you know, it's just like somebody showing you how to ride a motorcycle or drive a stick shift or something like that, instead of you just trying to figure it out. You know, so, you know, just as long as it's like getting training wheels, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just like, eventually you're going to figure it out, but I mean, if somebody could show it to you, you know, how to throw a curveball or something, it's like, oh, that's how you do it, you know what I mean? Just to break it down so it doesn't seem like it's one gigantic mystery, you know what I mean? They're teaching me my scale, my modes, but then at the same time he'd show me chords, but then he'd show me how to play, you know, songs by all my favorite bands, you know, whether it's Sabbath, Zeppelin, AC/DC, you know, everything like that, so it was cool.
Clemens from France wanted to know, have you ever felt the desire to explode your guitar on the ground after a show in true rock and roll style, or is it too precious?
No, I've launched them before if I was pissed off or something like that. But no, not for the whole. I've thrown them for different, just because I'm pissed off, not because, you know, to try and emulate Pete Townsend or anything like that. You know, like because it looks cool or whatever. Be really pissed off and smash them. So you know, but then I had to get them fixed and everything like that. So I feel like a jackass after you did it, but yeah, I've done it before though.
And Christina in Spain wants to know, if you could create a new band using any musician, dead or alive, who would you pick?
No, I'm in the band I want to be in right now, so I mean, obviously all your heroes, you know what I mean? You know, Randy Rhoads, John Bonham, you know, all those guys. You got Bon Scott, you know what I mean? I mean, thank goodness, you know, a lot of my heroes are still alive, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I guess, you know, that wouldn't be a bad start, those 3 guys. I fucking hung the poster up in the studio, right? It was like this fucking mural of fucking Aleister Crowley, right? So Alice comes in the studio, I'm fucking, and usually he never comes in when I'm tracking the guitars, right? I see when he's doing the vocals. Fucking, he goes, he sees Jimmy Page, and I think I had a picture of Led Zeppelin up there or whatever, and he goes, telling me some John Bonham stories when him and Bonzo used to hang out and get fucked up, and or just be a bunch of goofballs, right? He sees the picture, and Jimmy Page, he was talking about Jimmy Page or something like that, and then he goes, fucking Aleister Crowley's up there, and he goes, "Sir, who's the fucking bald-headed cunt on the fucking wall?" I go, I'm like cracking up laughing with the fucking engineer, we're both fucking laughing. He goes, "What the fuck's so funny?" I go, "You don't know who the fuck that is." And he's just like, "Who the fuck should I know? Who the fuck is it?" I go, "Oz, you've been singing about him the last 20 some odd fucking years, bro." I go, "It's Aleister Crowley." And Oz goes, "Oh, is that what he fucking looks like?" Is that what he looks like?
Yuso from Finland wants to know, what's the origin of the name Black Label Society?
Black Label means supreme. So, you know, like a top shelf type thing, whether it's booze or a car or anything like that, it's always a Black Label line. But I'm trying to think, well, originally, you know, because the running joke was we called Pride and Glory, it was like beer music, and then, you know, because Black Label's heavier, you know, just sonically and stuff like that, so we just said, well, it's like hard alcohol. And I think my wife was actually, she just said one day, she goes, "What's that, because I was going to call it the, well, because right now we have Order of the Black, the new album, it was the Black Water, and then she said, well, why don't you call it, maybe that's Society or something like that, because I was thinking about something like that. And then she said, well, why don't you call it Black Label Society, you know, with the Black Label, like Johnny Walker's Black Label or something like that. So I was like, yeah, that sounds cool, you know, the whole booze thing and everything like that. So we just stuck, that's how it ended up being Black Label Society.
Asker in Denmark wanted to know which song or album made you want to be a rock star.
Which song? Well, probably I saw Elton John playing on Sonny and Cher doing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I thought that was the coolest thing. So, because I loved Elton John, then still do. I got that Elton John, then after that, you know, obviously my older cousins, they turned me on to the Stones and everything like that. And then, you know, friends that took, you know, Black Sabbath, that was in arts class or something like that. We were making some sculptures, and one of my buddies, Tom, he was making a skull with a lightning bolt going through it, and it said like, actually it looks like Scully in Black Label. And he had a skull like that, and it had a lightning bolt going through it, and it said Black Sabbath 666 or something like that. And I said, oh man, that looks cool. What is that? And he just goes, oh, it's his rock band my brothers listen to. So then that's why I went out and got the records, you know, just because it looked cool. You know what I mean? So. For all you kids out there, make sure your band logo looks cool. Sabbath did it for me.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Describe myself in 3 words. Left nut, right nut, penis. Yeah.
Right, okay. How can you pull off such an amazing pinch harmonics?
No practice, you know what I mean? It's just like anything, you know. Whether it comes down to singing or playing guitar, drums, anything, you just, you know, I think anybody might have a natural talent for, you know, when I talk guitar, some kids were really just naturals at it, you know what I mean, could grasp it really quick with it, but I mean, you can see the other kids that practice, and, you know, you could be naturally gifted, but if you don't practice, man, you know, you definitely still got to jam. Even if you're Yngwie, you still, you know, Yngwie didn't just wake up one day and start playing like that, you know what I mean? It's like I won the best guitarist and Golden Gods thing. We haven't done a record in 4 years. I go like this, I go, you know, what I plan on doing is killing 3 birds with 1 stone next time. I'm gonna go away for 20 fucking years. So therefore we beat Chinese democracy. And then, you know, and coming out with it in the time in between records. Yeah. And then also I plan on winning a Nobel Peace Prize and a Pulitzer. You know, like really up the ante. I already won Lord of the Riff and the best guitarist and Golden God. Now I'm really gonna start attacking some real fucking shit. You know, the more time you spend away doing fuck all, the more they appreciate you. Yeah. Just fucking disappear for a while.
Question from Italy now. What are your thoughts on the changes in the metal scene? Are there any bands that really stand out to you?
Well, I mean, like Korn, when they, you know, came out and started doing their thing, it's just like, well, you know, I mean, that's what makes it exciting, you know, and keeps it fresh. Because I mean, if it was the same thing all the time, you know, I mean, I still listen to, you know, when I'm home, I listen to classic rock all the time. So I still listen to all my staple stuff, whether it's the Stones, Sabbath, Bad Company, you know, Leonard Skinner, you know, whatever's on the radio, Elton John, all that stuff, Neil Young and everything like that. But no, I'll still listen to some of the newer stations and everything like that. But I mean, half the time, you know, like people, do you wonder what's going on with the scene and everything like that? You know, with the whole, it's like, you know, I'm so busy bleeding Black Label. You know, I'm not worried about what other bands are doing. You know, all I care about is what we're doing. You know what I mean? So, but you know, I mean, I think it's fun. I mean, and like a lot of the younger bands coming up. When we go back to the States, we're going out on tour with Black Label Berserkers. We're bringing Children of Bodom out. And Alexi's, you know, like he's the new breed, you know, and he's super talented. And like once again, practices his ass off, and that's why it shows. You know what I mean? So you know, and then he's just going to inspire other kids. You know, as far as the guitar playing mantle goes, you know, as far as kids jamming all the time and stuff like that. The guys in Dragon Force are great. Avenged Sevenfold are really super talented kids, and they practice. You know what I mean? They really work at what they do. You know what I mean? I mean, I listen to everything. Like I said, I listen to Sabbath. I love U2. I listen to, you know, all the mellow stuff and everything like that. So.
Is there anything embarrassing in your CD?
Nah, but I listen to everything, man. You know what I mean? So, like I said, open-minded. You know. Now, what's going on, everybody? This is Zakk Wylde for Black Label Society. Just wanted to let you all know. EMP rocks.